Hey everybody, how's it going? It's been a while. I apologize for that. Lot going on through the holidays. I had to tow a car out to my son in California while transporting another son out to California to start his life. So we got two out in Cali, one here in Denver. Um, yeah, just a lot of family stuff. People flew in from back east, doing all the holiday things. We had a major snowstorm here, so I've been tied up with that at work. Just 12-hour days back to back, and then, 30 something hours straight uh, managing all that white stuff that came down. So, without getting into too much detail. Um, but anyway, a little bit of time back at the bench. We got a little holiday weekend here. So we're trying to get regrouped and back on the paver. I just wanted to do an update on what's going on with this. So I'm going to show you the other side of this machine today. So I did was able to get. I don't know. You probably saw this before. This is one of the end gates that I have done for the left side of the machine if you're sitting on it, and I still have to duplicate that on the right side. Um, and I've got this extended out a little bit so you can see that it actually, the tubes do extend like the Extendomat, the 20-foot Extendomat screed on this machine. Augers are in place. This is just a quick dummy up. It's actually sitting on a couple of God hand sanding blocks, but just for the height, I'm trying to get everything like lined up. I've been working on the front bogies, the oscillating bogies assembly right here, and the steering and the tie rod arm. And then there's going to be this is actually for the left side of the machine. This assembly I have under here will go over to the right side because the tie rod just comes through and out the other side. So yeah, I try to do a little bit of detail. Forgive the shaky cam here, but we'll bring it in. So we're doing some steering cylinder, a little hydraulic line going down in there, and then I did the almost like a kind of similar to a walking beam setup on like a Hendrickson suspension or something with that center, that big center bearing for the oscillation right there, so these things can oscillate and go up over bumps and stuff like that, and you still have your steering left and right. It's a pretty tight turn on these pavers, so if you crank it one way or the other, the thing will damn near spin in its own radius. And then some of them had a uh, uh, steering pedal on them as well, so you could almost treat it like a skid steer and get it to whip around in its own length. Sorry. So one of the first wheels that I cast, one of the first road wheels here, I just threw some bullshit paint on there, just to give you a rough idea of where we're headed, like color and stuff. And that's going to be a different green. But just as a mock-up, I got a RTV mold made for that. I know that's kind of old school with all the 3D printing stuff going on now, but we're working into the 3D print for these type of projects. It'll be a hell of a lot quicker, and I think maybe a little easier, I don't know, than scratch building all this stuff. It takes forever. Um, but it's still fun, part of the joy of it. Um, I got the arm built for where the screw is going to go into here. So that's your angle of attack adjustment on the, see, I got it dummied up right here on this side. So I got those all situated. That's actually like a laminated piece. There's like 3 pieces to that to get the thickness and get the shape kind of it. And the trailing arm, that's done. Then you'll have your toe point column in your cylinders right here with the rollers for the adjustment up and down on the toe point. Yeah, and I got I do have a mold made. I got to cast up another planetary drive hub and rim wheel for the airplane tires here. And yeah, we're just trying to get everything dialed in. There'll be 2 seats on it, obviously. And then the hood, I got some detailing left to do on the hood. We'll come around to the front here. I'll zoom in. And I've been working on the push roller assembly in the front, and the hopper guards, and then the flexible rubber in between the hopper where the hopper folds up, and your main chin guard there for the flight conveyors. So the front end, I've been trying to button up the front end as much as possible on the paver. Yeah, I got to get some flow control doors in it, in the front bulkhead, right lined up on the center of the flight conveyors. And what else we got going on here? Like I say, rough mock-up of the hood. You tie rod end, drag link, whatever you want to call it, your steering cylinder. Good tip again, like I said before, for building plows and stuff, I've been using the Q-tip tubing, and then you put your different size rods coming out of the end of it, and it makes a nice cylinder. It's pretty easy to work with, and it actually works with like the Tamiya cement. It kind of dissolves a little bit, so you can glue this stuff with testers or liquid cement, whatever we're using. It is like kind of compatible with the styrene, so you don't have to use like super glue and stuff, and it's kind of quick. But yeah, that's kind of a brief overview of where we're at with the Barber Greene. The bench isn't as messy as it usually is, but yeah, I'll zero in on the look at the augers back there. And then that auger assembly, you can adjust your height on that as well. That in real life it slides up and down. This one's fixed. We're not getting into that extravagance, but you can detail this thing out forever. I do have the end gate adjustment jacks, where you can pick the nose of your end gate up a little bit, or bring it down, or go negative with it. So you can do different things with that long end gate once that fills up with mix in here. Sometimes people want to run some over the edge of, edge of what you're paving, let a little bit more material out to fill up along a sidewalk or a building wall or something. So there's all kinds of adjustments and crap on these things. So that's where we're at on the Barber Greene project. And I'm actually going off of a pretty cool brochure that I had in the archives. Let me back the cam out here. And I'm still using my phone on this. My son got me a decent halo light for Christmas, and man, that's nice to build with. I'm telling you, no more shadows. You got some shadows directly under the machine, but overall I can see a hell of a lot better. And yeah, it's just so much better for building. And my son also got me a really nice camera, so we're going to be getting that set up, and so hopefully my video quality will go up, and I can start developing the production a little bit better of the videos. But for now I'm just using the old phone, doing the best we can here. So I've had this brochure for quite a while, and man, look at the belly dump. They're paving like an Air Force base, out paving the runway with one of the Barber Greenes, and that's that Extend-A-Mat right there. So that'll stretch out to 20 feet, sucked all the way in. I think it's a 10-foot bar, and then stretched it's 20. Looks like they're running Topcon electronics on it. I think I'll probably get into like building some of those Topcon boxes for this machine because they're pretty cool. Yeah, and it looks like they got a windrow elevator, different style of paving maybe than some people have seen. They just open up that belly and run a windrow out in front of the machine, like a long strip, and then they pick it up and actually drop it into the hopper of the machine. So they're dropping the material in the hopper, and that's for no truck paver interface. So you're not getting bumped, you're not having deficiencies in the mat. It's a way smooth way of paving. They do it on like runways, and they do it kind of a lot out west. It's not so prevalent back east because of the tighter spaces. You got to kind of have a good open run. But what a badass picture on that brochure with that jet flying over them, like active runway, and they're out there paving for the military. It's pretty badass. So I've had this, man, I don't know, since the 80s maybe. Yeah, so it gives you a lot of pretty good detail for scratch building. Like, we're pretty close on the auger assembly. If you look there, it gives you a good kind of a good view of the dashboard and some of your controls, your motion control up there, if you can see that. The variable speed motion control with a little lock on it. You got conveyor speed, you got auger speed, you got all kinds of controls on these things, man. They're pretty intense. Hell of a mat, though. Look at that thing. It's beautiful. Catwalk fully extends out when he's stretched. Yeah, so I mean, we got some of the components. I'm going to try to get some of that louvering detail in on the hood and the side panels, and maybe get some of the Barber Greene decals made up for me by somebody. I don't know who. Yeah, there's a whole bunch on it. I'm going to detail it, but I'm not going like nuts because I want it. I have other projects to do, and sometimes, we can all get down in the weeds on the micro detail stuff, but the overall shapes and the overall looks of everything is what I'm trying to achieve here. I could go crazy like a contest model and wire everything, but I'm going to put some wiring and piping on it, some of that stuff, the grab handles up on the screed, the different levels of the catwalks. So yeah, we'll have that on there, but you could spend forever. I mean, just looking at that screed, just figuring out the geometry on the thing would take a long time. So I think kind of got it duplicated fairly well. Like I say, that's just the box structures and the tubing and all that, getting that all worked out so it does work. I can display it stretched or fully pulled in up on the trailer. So yeah, and I want to do other pavers as well, and milling machines and everything. So let me see if I can get this without totally destroying everything here. Let's do this. So yeah, pretty good brochure, and it helps to have good pictures, that side. That's kind of where I got that end gate detail from, with the jacks and everything, and then from memory the best I could. And yeah, I don't have actual like blueprints, but yeah, we're getting there. Pretty good brochure. That's a full spread right there. That's pretty sweet. That's like West or Pacific Northwest with that pup trailer. But it's quite a that 20-foot extendomat's quite a mat, quite a screed. I'm sorry. And I think I'm definitely going with those white, those signature Barber Greene white seats, man. They're so cool against that green, And there's a track paver, and I'd like to do a version of that as well. I'll have some shovels and loots, and we'll have some lunch boxes and the whole spiel up on the machine, because once you get this thing all loaded up for the morning, and then you got to strip it down at the end of the day, there's quite a bit of accessories on there. So yeah, these are good old brochures, man. I've had them for a long time. I'll do the pump sprayer, so you can spray some diesel up underneath the main plates. Keep everything clean, keep it all lubed up. That dump truck looks like it's got a strong arm on it. Yep. So yeah, I'll be putting some bolt detail on and stuff, nothing crazy, just enough to kind of kind of get the point across. Yeah, that's a 270B. I had a 260B. That's a big bastard right there. It's like they're putting down concrete cement base material. That's pretty cool. There it is, stretched out. Yeah, doing that cement treated base. I'd imagine that's pretty promotes a lot of wear on your sprockets and flight chains and everything else, your trays. But hey, look at how precise it's putting that base down, you know? That's pretty badass. Let's see what we got going on here. It gives you a little insight about some paving techniques and some fundamentals, aggregate separation. Yeah. And how the thing works, distributes out the material, you had a mix. Barber Greene's pretty cool. I like them all. But let's see what the date on is. 95. That's when Cat took them over, but they were still Barber Greene at that point for a while. I had one of these slide rule calculators with all the different pavers on it, but I think it's buried someplace in the archives. I got to find that because it was pretty cool. But let me get back to the machine here. Sorry about flying the camera around. You guys are probably sick of that, but once I get my new cam set up, we'll do away with all that crap. Get a better location to review some of the brochures too, because I got some pretty cool older stuff to check out. But yeah, the tip, man. Yeah, don't sleep on these. Don't sleep on the old Q-tip cylinders. Yep. And then these are the road wheels. These are just resin. You know, I cast that in resin. I do have the mold for that. If you guys, I mean, I don't want to get into a full-blown casting operation, but if anybody's interested in the like the road wheels, as long as my molds hold up, you know, if you're working on pavers and stuff like that, just shoot me a note on Facebook. I'm Mac S. Liner on Facebook. So just send me like an instant message or something, and maybe I could pop out some set of road wheels for anybody that's working on a paver. I'm not like quote unquote a caster, but you know, if you're into this stuff, then it sure helps a lot. You know, if you have like an already made part, it just saves you a little bit of time. So maybe if I get into like 3D printing and stuff like that, I'll start doing some of this stuff, different machine parts or whatever. I don't know if you guys follow Jorg Willer. I don't know if I said that right or not, but he's got a 3D printer. He just come out with a bad, looks like a Komatsu haul truck or a unit rig. I don't know which one he's working on, but it was like a nice mining tire. And, you know, there's so much 3D stuff out there. It's making things a lot easier for people. So, yep, I'm running up in the 18-minute zone here. So we'll wrap it up. Hope everybody's okay. Upcoming in the new year, I'll keep trying to get my content out there, but this is the paver update, and hopefully my quality will get better. I got some better lighting now, and thanks to my son, I got a pretty decent camera that I'm going to be working on. I got to get an SD card for it. So yeah, I'm gonna take a pause. I don't know if I've showed this before. Let me pause this and get up, and I'm going to show you some pretty cool artwork by a friend of mine. His name's Andrew Vecchio on Facebook. And absolute artist, man. Absolute artist. He did some of the coolest drawings. I'm lucky to have some of them. And he's still building models. He's working on a pay hauler. He's working on the AMT Kenworth mixer. So yeah, let's check out some of Andy's artwork really quick. I got it hanging up in my truck room here. Hang on one second. So that's a little grater that Andy drew, and then he uses watercolors, you know, to color them up. They're pencil drawings. Let's roll up to this one here. Pretty sweet Terex scraper. Look at this thing, man. And of course, now my focus is going to screw me. Let's turn that on. There we go. That's pretty badass right there. Look at that, man. Avco. Andrew Vecchio. All original stuff. That right there, I don't know, it's kind of hard to tell. That's my father and I. Ford 4500 tractor loader backhoe, no heat. Some old paneling. Some paneling in there to get a little heat off the motor. And then we're dumping snow at a bank in Syracuse. We're doing some removal on it and dumping into one of my dad's. I think that was F57, F750. That's upcoming. So I don't know if you can see that or not. A little tricky to see it. I'll pause and then I'll go to the other side of the room. Hold on. Cool custom tow truck. Another Andrew Vecchio original. I think, I don't know where I got that from, but that's an original picture from somewhere from the Hemi under glass pulling a wheelie. And this is a pretty cool fire truck from Andy. Just line drawings, but they're cool, man. 6x6 brush truck. Look at this. I'm running heavy on my time, but these are so badass. I gotta show them. Talented individual, long-time friend. He's in upstate New York. He drives for an excavating contractor, and he is quite an artist. Good friend of mine. Look at that. That's some cool shit right there now. All right, let me pause it one more time. Just a quick shot of some of my parts, the way I got stuff organized. Bolt bins, but try to keep it organized. It's quicker to build, you know, if you're semi-organized. Let's see, we got engines been here, Detroit's. Yeah, the older trucks, built ups, I buy at flea markets, whatever, you know, trade for people. But it's, you know, if you're building something, you need brake drums, 5 spokes, you know, all kinds of crap. This is all the stuff for the shop. Kind of keep it in there so it doesn't get annihilated. Let me see. That was covered up. That's my frame stands. And you'll see all this stuff in the shop from time to time. I swap out displays. I think that's a weathered. What is that? A weathered Cummins? Yeah. And what's this here? Airline. I think I got that out on display already. Another Cummins. That's my twin screw air compressor I'm working on. A little more modern version of that the Curtis that I have. More engines, more pallets. Barrel, oil barrel. All this down here. Those are more beams for the shop. Let me try to keep the stuff from not getting wrecked. Generic tools, buckets, torch tanks, parts, whatever. Creeper. I think that creeper I made out of like a piece of window blind. Household junk. Blue totes. Everybody needs those. I think those are, I don't know, butter things for my hop, I think. I don't know. Some kind of sauce. Maybe the Polynesian sauce at Chick-fil-A. Those will work. Yeah. Let's see. Like little boxes that the like AAA batteries come in. Work pretty good for like big boxes that might get delivered to your shop. Let's see if I got this one here. Oops, hard to do. There you go. What the hell's that? That's a Fisher A-frame assembly. Throw that on the shop floor. That's one of those AAA battery boxes painted up with some metal strapping around it. Whatever works. Let's see. Rusty pipe, rusty beams, rusty shit, scrap metal. Throw that on the floor in the shop. What's this? Oh, there's another Budweiser Clydesdale. Vecchio Industries. Boxes of oil. More parts. Projects, parts. These are, oh, that's all ongoing stuff, so I'll be breaking that stuff out. We'll be going through it. Oh, a box of Mac stuff that I have stripped down. Different projects. All kinds of crap. It's got a nice collection of those 24 scale Altaia or whatever motorcycles. Yeah, got a bunch of those. I'll get those set up in the shop, post them up. But yeah, for now, that's a quick update. We'll go down below. Hopefully nobody gets dizzy. Sorry. This is bigger stuff. Different cabs I got going on, different projects. A lot of tires. All different flavors. That's regular old AMT tires. That's some more AMT and Erdl tires. Yep. So back up, maybe you can see the whole thing. Try to stay organized. But yeah, that's like a closet off of my truck room here. And of course I had to fill it with parts and model shit. Alright, well, stay healthy. Sorry for the delay. Just kind of getting back into it. Oops, how the hell did that guy get in there? You better straighten out, buddy. Straighten out, because you ain't gonna make it. Yeah, basically that's what we're looking at, though, you know. That Superliner I built quite a while ago. That's on the header pick for my my channel and the Facebook page as well. But that's basically, height's pretty good for the old chin spoilers and the spreader pan on the truck, so that looks like it works out pretty good. But we'll get her dialed in on a paved surface. But yeah, that's what we're looking like. So that's the progress update on the paver. I'm gonna try to keep pushing on that because I kind of want it done. We'll put it up on a lowboy trailer, strap it down, do a little diorama of it paving, some trucks lined up in the front. But yeah, that's basically where we're at. I'm coming up on a half hour of BS in here, so sorry guys, don't need to be running on, but I'm trying to make up maybe for not posting up stuff, and had a big gap there. So look forward this year for maybe we'll get the plant set up some more. We'll do some more with the shop. We'll get some more outside picks, and we'll bang on this paver and get it done. And you know, start drawing up some plans for that milling machine so you can get that old asphalt out of the way. All right, stay healthy, stay cool. Peace.